I found her list by chance.
Her notebook sat on the coffee table and, out of simple curiosity, I opened it. I expected the usual: clothes, perfumes, maybe holiday plans. Instead, the very first line stopped me cold. Wake up without him. Those 4 words were written with an ordinary hand, but they hit harder than anything she'd ever said to my face.
That night I couldn't sleep.
I lay beside her, watching the ceiling, turning the question over and over. Where had we gone wrong?
Had I been the one who pushed her away without knowing it?
I wanted to shake her awake and demand answers, but something in me held back. So I listened to her even breaths and felt more like a stranger than the man sharing her bed.
Morning came and the space beside me was empty.
Her clothes were gone, her phone, her handbag, everything. It was as if the wish had leapt off the page and into reality. I sat there, stunned, my chest heavy with a dull, incredulous ache. She had meant it, and she had acted on it without pause. At first I tried to convince myself she'd stepped out for a few errands, maybe gone to her sister's. I called until my fingers ached. Each call went straight to voicemail.
My messages sat unread.
Hours stretched into a day with no word. Panic slowly hardened into the awful truth: she wasn't returning. I tore through the house for any trace, any clue.
The notebook was the only lead. I read on. More wishes were scribbled down. Start fresh.
Find peace.
Live for myself.
There was no single line about us, no plans that included me or a shared future. It felt as if I had been erased from the life she imagined. Friends and family offered the usual consolations. Maybe she needed space, maybe she'd come back after clearing her head.
But deep inside I knew it was finished.
Her leaving had been only the final visible step. Her heart had slipped away long before, quietly and without my notice. Days bled into weeks, and the silence from her side never broke. No apologies, no explanations, not even a hint of remorse. I kept asking why she hadn't told me directly.
Why hide it in a notebook?
Why leave it for me to discover? I replayed our last months. Small fights, the look of weariness in her eyes, the way she recoiled from my touch. I remembered her sitting at the window for hours, staring into nothing, and I never once asked what occupied her mind.
I thought she wanted solitude. She was plotting an escape.
One evening I held the notebook again and stared at the sentence that started it all. The cruelty, I realized, wasn't merely in her departure but in the way she had wished me away, as if I were a weight she could simply remove.
She didn't only want freedom, she wanted a life where I did not exist.
She got what she wanted, and I was left with everything I hadn't asked for. Now I wake up alone every morning, not by choice, but because she wished it so fiercely.
I still wonder if she has the life she wanted.
If she does, why does her absence still haunt every corner of the house?
Why does the quiet feel more hers than mine?
The cruelest trick of all, she wanted to wake up without me, yet I am the one living the life she wished for.